I'm Tommy D from the KnicksBlog.com, here with Frank Isola of the Daily News. And Frank, big news yesterday, which came across today, was the Wolves moving up, taking that fifth pick away from the Wizards, which was a possible target for the Knicks. If you're Donnie Walsh now, what's in your plans?
Well, I think there's a lot of things still going on. This is the problem when a little more than 24 hours before the draft, a lot of talk, a lot of activity going on. There's a lot of things the Knicks can do. If they stay at 8, I still think the guy is Stephen Curry, but we don't know if he's going to be there. If he's not there, I would think there's a very good chance they'll go after Gerald Henderson, but I think they're trying to move up. Rubio's always been number 1 on their list, but you've got to be in the top 4 in order to get him.
Two guys before it started that I really liked were Henderson and Jrue Holiday. You mentioned Curry may not be there. Is the idea maybe that 4 is in play with the Kings? May not be on draft night. Maybe they can try to work out. You know the Kings had interest in Nate Robinson towards the end of the deadline last year. Can you see a situation where possibly the Knicks have the Kings in sight at 4?
Yeah, I mean, that's where things get very complicated, because now when you're talking about making a deal in July, because when Nate Robinson becomes a free agent, I don't believe a deal can be done like that until July 12th. So a lot of things have to happen. Number one, Nate Robinson has to agree to the deal because he still kind of controls his own destiny where he wants to go. I think for the money, Nate would go. But I would think that the Kings, if they get Rubio at 4, they might want to keep him, because really when you look at the Knicks roster, who do you want off that roster? Besides, you're going to really trade Rubio for Nate Robinson? I understand they're looking to trim payroll as well, but there's a lot of variables that go into it. I don't know if it makes Sacramento better. And remember, Jeff Petrie, the president of the Sacramento Kings in the last year of his contract, he's looking to do something to demonstrate that there's some progress in that organization.
Maybe if Flynn falls to 8, they can try to work something out later on after the draft. Obviously, they can't trade Nate until after July. I'm interested to hear what your take is on Rubio. Did you think, and Donnie Walsh was kind of coy about it the other day, about his feelings on Rubio, saying that there are other players at his level. Do you buy that? Do you really think that Rubio is the best player in their eyes?
You know what? I think that they believe that, and I think that Mike D'Antoni definitely believes that. And I think, that's why they've always been going after Rubio, and they were very disappointed that they weren't able to move up the night of the draft lottery. But he's still an unknown. He's still a young guy. He's not that big. And, the type of point guard position that he plays, he's not a great athlete. He isn't really a great shooter yet. That being said, when Steve Nash came into the league, he wasn't a great shooter as well. So this is something where you're talking, if you get Rubio, you're talking 3-4 years down the road, but the key is, can you be patient? Because with point guards, over the years, teams have proven that they're not patient. Jason Kidd got traded. Steve Nash got traded really twice. Stephon Marbury, when he was a young player, got traded. So a lot of these point guards constantly get traded. Will the Knicks be patient with a guy like Rubio?
You mentioned today about Gerald Henderson out of Duke. Brandon Jennings may be there at 8 as well. I can't see Jennings being a fit at all, specifically the fact that D'Antoni had to deal a lot with Nate and the headaches and stuff. It seems like Jennings does have some character issues, and with guys like Allen Houston now in the front office and certainly Walsh, I don't think they want to deal with the headache. If Henderson, let's just say everybody's gone, and Henderson and Jennings are there, who do you think they go with?
You know what, it's funny, Jennings, and you brought up a good comparison, a lot of the same, his personality does remind me a little bit of Nate. Now, we haven't been around him that long enough to know if he's that annoying as Nate can be. But, the thing about a guy like Jennings, he's an unknown as well, plus he's undersized. Henderson, maybe they're looking at a Raja Bell type of player that Mike D'Antoni had in Phoenix that can play some defense and will develop a little bit more offensively. You have to connect the dots sometimes. Mike D'Antoni is very close to Mike Krzyzewski. They sold him on Duhon last year. Plus, Arn Tellem, the agent, is very close with Donnie Walsh. The Knicks drafted Gallinari last year, an Arn Tellem client. And this year, both Tariq Evans and Gerald Henderson are Tellem clients. I think it could come down between the two of them, but I think when you're talking about a guy stepping right in and helping, I think it's Henderson.
We know it's going to be an exciting day tomorrow. Who knows what's going to happen with the Knicks? Frank, as always, we appreciate the knowledge. And for more information, head to the KnicksBlog.com, part of the SNY.TV blog network. He's Frank. I'm Tommy. We'll see you later.